In today's video, we're going to walk you through what you can do to get more leads inside Google Ads as a service-based business. And just to clarify, first of all, before getting started, when you're optimizing for leads, the type of conversions that you're optimizing for are usually when somebody's going to fill out a form or call directly from your landing page, as opposed to when somebody makes a purchase like you have with e-commerce stores. But as a service-based business, you're going to be optimizing for leads, and it is going to be usually your phone call or a form submission that you're looking for, or usually both. And that brings us on to the first point as well, is you want to use a landing page when it comes to, getting as many conversions as possible rather than your general website. The reason being is that the whole purpose of a landing page is to get the user to take the action that you want them to take next, which is to fill out the form or call you. Whereas I'd consider the website more for, giving as much information as possible and having loads of options of different pages to click on. And that's just not what we want to do with our landing page, as it distracts the user from what we want them to do next. And when you're running Google Ads in a competitive area for a competitive service, we want to maximize the amount of conversions that we get from the clicks that we're paying for, especially when we're talking about industries with high cost per clicks. And by using a simple landing page like this over your website, you can expect to get at least double, if not triple, the conversion rate just by making that one change alone. And I have made some more landing pages that go into the more details of, the components of a high converting landing page. But just to recap, what you really want to include is your headline that has keyword focus and matches up with the problem that they search for. So you want a headline that's highly in alignment with the keywords and ad copy of that ad group, which we'll talk about in a bit more detail in just a moment. And usually at the top of any landing page, you have your logo, some social proof at the top, and your phone button, along with your form and some clear benefits of why they would choose you. And you can also include some authority markers that are relevant to your industry as well. But as long as you're identifying the problem with your headline, you could also include an offer, for example, a percentage discount to encourage them to take action now. You have clear benefits of why they would choose you, and you have clear call to actions, for example, calling or filling out a form with their contact details. Then those are the core components that you really need to include. And the hero section, which is the top part of our landing page, as you can see right here, is what we want to have optimized the most when it comes to generating leads. Because most people don't scroll below the fold, so you want to make sure the top part of the page is as optimized as you can possibly have it, and just to make it as easy as possible to convert the user into a lead once they land on the page. Now you can also include, more benefits of why they would choose you, more call to actions. So for example, having a get a quote button that'll lead to a light box appearing here, which basically pops up in a form where they can fill out their contact details again, more call buttons, screenshots of 5-star reviews, going into a bit more detail about the service, another call to action, about the company, and so on for those that want to scroll down the page. But as long as you have an optimized hero section like this, then you should be good to go. And when it comes to your call to actions like your form and call button, you just want to make it as easy as possible. So make sure your call button is nice and big and clearly visible, and also with your form as well, make it really easy to fill out, and don't be asking questions that might confuse the user or might cause them to leave the page. So you really want to ask them only for the details that matters. So in a lot of our landing pages, we only ask for the name, phone number, email, and a message of how they can help to get a free quote. Sometimes you might ask for the postcode as well, depending on the service, if the company wants to know the location of where the job is. But usually just the name, contact details, and a message is all you really need, and you're going to get a much higher conversion rate by just making the process as seamless as possible. The next thing you want to do then is making sure that you have conversion tracking set up accurately, because if you're not telling Google what a conversion actually is, and even if you have people calling you from your ads and filling out the forms, but Google doesn't have that data being tracked inside the account, then you're not going to be able to optimize and actually benefit from automated bidding strategies as you move through the campaign lifecycle. So to just check that you have your conversion tracking up here, you can go to goals and conversions and your conversion summary table. And you want to just see that your conversions are being tracked in here. So for example, in this campaign, we've got, 106 lead form submissions, 87 calls directly from the ads, and 34 calls from the landing page itself, all being tracked. And you want to just make sure that whatever conversion actions that you're tracking which should be just your forms and calls, as long as you have these conversion actions set up properly. And if you do need help with conversion tracking, we have got separate videos on that on the channel as well. But as long as you have those set up correctly, then you're feeding relevant data to Google's AI. And if you're starting out with, a manual or a maximized clicks bidding strategy at the beginning, you're just going to be able to optimize a lot quicker and switch over to an automated, maximize conversions bidding strategy because you're telling Google, what users are most likely going to convert into a lead. And you should honestly never run a campaign until you make sure you have conversion tracking set up first. So I prioritize that over anything else. And you just want to make sure you have a really solid setup from the beginning to just save a lot of money as well in the long term. The next thing you want to do then is making sure that you're targeting relevant keywords to what you offer and also having those keywords split up into relevant ad groups as well. Because you might have the best landing page in the world, but if you're receiving irrelevant traffic from people that aren't looking for what you offer, then they're just not going to convert into leads. So you want to make sure that you have a solid list of keywords from the very beginning and that they're also split up into as many ad groups as necessary based on intent as well. So you can see here that we have separate keywords for gutter cleaning, gutter repairs, guttering companies, roof cleaning services, roof maintenance and repairs, and so on. But these are also all split up into separate ad groups based on intent as well. So, for example, in the roof repair ad group, all of our keywords are specifically related to roof repair. And by doing this, then you're going to be able to write much more relevant ads and also make much more relevant landing pages for those keywords too. But arguably, even more important than your keywords, you want to come down to your search terms report because your list of keywords are just the keywords that you decide that you want to appear for. But your search terms are the actual search terms that people have typed into Google that your ads have appeared for. So if you're getting a lot of clicks, for example, from search terms that are not relevant to what you offer, then that's one of the biggest indications that, you're wasting spend and would be an obvious reason why you're not getting many conversions. If you're getting a lot of clicks, for example, from competitor names or people looking for things related to your service but aren't actually looking to get the job done. For example, just curious about the average cost of this service or people wanting to know how to do something themselves. Those are the kind of searches that you don't want to appear for, even if they are relevant to what you offer. So you want to make sure that you're in the search terms report regularly, adding negatives for irrelevant search terms. And on the topic as well of having our keywords split up into separate ad groups. So as you can see here, we have separate ad groups for each of the service that this company offers. And what you can then do to improve the conversion rate of your landing page even more is instead of just having one, solid landing page that covers everything, is to basically just have separate landing pages. But once you have a solid template built out from the beginning, then all you need to do is duplicate that landing page once you have your conversion tracking set up. And you can change around the service here in each case, depending on the ad group that you're running. So, for example, if we have separate ad groups for gutter cleaning, gutter repairs, and roof repairs, we can just basically copy and paste those services in here where it says service and obviously put in the relevant location. So that way you're making landing pages that are highly relevant to the ads and keywords of that ad group, and people are just being reinforced that they're in the right place when they land on your landing page. And as well, obviously, it takes a little bit more work. And instead of only changing around the headline in each case, when you go into a little bit more detail about your service, down here, you can also go into a bit more detail about that particular service. And what I see on landing pages a lot as well, which I don't agree with, is people going into detail about all the different services that they offer on the one landing page. But if somebody's looking for a gutter repair, for example, then they don't care about roof cleaning, gutter cleaning, and all these other services. They only want to know more details about the service that they search for. So for those users that scroll below the fold, I'd also add in separate descriptions and photos for the specific service in question, because that's just going to help increase your conversion rate even more because it's going to go into more detail on the specific service that they're looking for and basically just giving the user more of what they've searched for. Now, another thing we can do as well with our ad copy to optimize to get as many conversions as possible is actually have call to actions and tell the user the next actions we want them to take in our ad copy. So obviously you want to have keyword focus as the main aspect of your ad copy in each case, in every ad group, to make sure that you're writing highly relevant ads, but also point out what they get if they click on your ad as well. So for example, get a free quote in minutes or call name for all your service specific needs, because what you're doing here is you're making it very clear on what we can do for you if you call us or click onto the landing page of our ad. And it also helps reduce wasted spend as well, because you really want to make it as clear as possible what you do in your ad, and that you only want people looking for a roof repair to click on the ad in the first place. And if they see a headline saying get a free quote in minutes and they click on the ad, then the chances are that they are interested in getting a quote or also calling directly to learn more about what you offer. And what you can also do as well with your assets, so not just the ad copy itself, but your assets, which are extensions of your ad copy, is adding the call extension itself where people can call you directly from the ad. Because we've also run a lot of regular search ads as well, where people want to just call directly from the ad and don't even need to go to the landing page to be convinced. Because, if they need to get the job done enough and your ad copy highlights that, you offer what they're looking for, then sometimes they might just want to call you directly. So adding in your call extension as well is really important. And it all just ties back to, making it as easy as possible for them to convert into a lead by calling you directly from the ad or from the landing page, or else if they do click onto the landing page as well, that they can just fill out the form as easy as possible. Now, I hope this video gave more insight when it comes to getting more leads inside Google Ads for service-based businesses. And the campaign we used in this case was just a roofing campaign. But if you're any type of service-based business, including trades or any other services, then the exact same principles will apply to you. And if you're running a campaign looking for leads in the form of phone calls or form submissions, then you can take all the steps that we included in this campaign, and you should see a significant increase in the amount of leads you're getting if you weren't using any of the techniques that we mentioned in this video. Now, if you do have any questions at all about anything we mentioned in this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you like this kind of Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.